Democrats in the House of Representatives met behind closed doors to prepare for what could be the final week of the months-old impeachment inquiry against U.S. President Donald Trump. The House Judiciary Committee released a report ahead of Monday's impeachment hearing, laying out the historical arguments for impeachment. While the report does not accuse Trump of impeachable offenses, it lays the groundwork for Monday's hearing. Monday's hearing could be the most crucial in the months-long impeachment saga, where evidence against Trump will be presented by the House Intelligence and Judiciary Committees. There could also be a possible introduction of articles of impeachment. Judiciary Committee report will focus on two possible articles of impeachment. The first accuses President Trump of abuse of power in his dealings with Ukraine, where he asked the Ukrainian president to investigate his political rival Joe Biden. The second is the obstruction of Congress for refusing to cooperate with investigating committees.
Again, we're pursuing this in a scrupulously equal, fair, open, and transparent way. That's the reason we're so disappointed that President Trump has decided to break with every other president who's gone through this process in deciding not to come and participate. He has denounced it as a hoax, as a fraud. He said it was BS a couple of days ago. He should come forward and explain what he thinks is a hoax or what he thinks is a fraud.
The report now released is an update to the previous Judiciary Committee reports that were issued in 1974 and 1998 during the impeachment proceedings of Presidents Richard Nixon and Bill Clinton. Trump will, in fact, be the fourth U.S. president to face impeachment proceedings. None were removed from office, although Richard Nixon resigned as he faced almost certain impeachment in 1974 over the Watergate scandal. Earlier, the White House had refused to take part in the impeachment hearings, calling them baseless. A letter sent to the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee urged Democrats to end this inquiry now. Meanwhile, Trump continued to call the hearings a hoax.
Well, I don't know. I know this, that the impeachment thing is a total hoax. The numbers have totally swung our way. They don't want to see impeachment, especially in the swing states. They've swung our way. I've never seen a swing like this because people realize it's a total hoax. We had a perfect conversation. It was only a conversation. Nothing came out of the conversation except good relationship with Ukraine. And the people see that it's just a continuation of this 3-year witch hunt. And I'm looking forward to seeing the IG report. I hear they're announcing it on Monday.
So what's next for the 45th President of the United States? The Democrats are keen to hold a vote on impeachment in the House of Representatives before the end of the year, with the prospect of a trial in the Senate perhaps as early as January. The impeachment motion approval needs a majority in House of Representatives. The process will then only move to Senate, where a trial will be held. Supreme Court Chief Justice presides over this trial. It's only after final approval and a two-thirds majority in Senate that Trump can be removed from office. Associated Press Washington Bureau Chief Julie Pace gets us more on this.
Democrats are pushing toward a vote on impeachment before Christmas, and that is partially because they want to strike while they feel like they have some momentum. They wanted to keep this process moving at a pretty fast clip so that they could keep up any momentum that they had built. There's also some practical realities here. Congress goes on break for the holidays. When they return in 2020, we'll be right on the cusp of the first voting contests in the Democratic primary. So they're sort of weighing the realities of the calendar here. Republicans argue that they are moving too fast, that they should be seeking additional evidence, that they haven't built their case yet, and if they want to move forward on impeachment, there are more people to talk to, more documents that they should access. The reality there, though, is that it's the White House that is holding up access to some of those documents and some of those witnesses.